Yo, what it is, it's Fleetwood Jr. from Orlando, Florida. I'm tapped in with industry's most wanted.
Underdawgs, yeah, baby. What we known for, baby? Call me Pussy Fleet. Pussy man, y'all already know. Hey, double cup be dirty in the form, better buckle up. Hit a Planet Fitness, heavy lifting, get your muscle up.
What's going on, man? It is your girl, TampaMystic, and we are live on the Industry's Most Wanted podcast. Boom. Big Industry's Most Wanted, not the little one. We got Orlando checking in today. Fleetwood Jr. What's going on, family? How you doing?
Industry looking for me. I got it at the one. How you gonna count me out? The Underdawgs and porn. I'm here. What's going on, Misty?
Man, listen, thank you for being here. Like, you have such a positive aura about yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you were here recently, we interviewed on The Hype, and you also did your performance. Man, you just have such a vibe about yourself that, and I want to give you your flowers, because oftentimes people don't do this. They wait till you're not here anymore to give you your flowers. You have great energy, positive vibes. You're out here doing productive things. You have a podcast, which we're going to get into and talk about, definitely. So shout out to you, man, for just doing everything the right way.
I appreciate that.
And he brought me some gummies. We kick it off like this. So listen, we're about to give this brand some shine. Maybe we'll get an endorsement.
Oh, for real.
So these gummies right here will change your life.
It's gonna do it to you.
They will change your life. Take them in moderation if you're not a gummy user. I'm just gonna leave it right there. But listen, thank you again for being here today. Kind of give us like a rundown. I know you're from Orlando. You know what I'm saying? Give us a little bit brief rundown of Fleetwood Jr. and then we're gonna dive in.
So Fleetwood Jr. Really is just an opportunist, a person that got a good vibe, good feel when I come around. I want to see everybody feeling the same I feel when I come around. An artist, a father, podcaster, entrepreneur, everything.
Yeah, definitely. Well, listen, let's dive back for people to understand your journey. Coming up in Orlando, did that at all have an influence on you, or we'll just say the state of Florida, for wanting to get into music?
Well, yeah, I would say, Orlando, I mean, the music scene wasn't as big like that in Orlando back in the day, but quick story from when I was younger, we had a lot of underground stations and stuff going on. And as a kid, like just my infatuation with music, I remember calling the radio station. I'm 8 years old. I'm blowing them up because they got this little, hey, you call, you gonna win X amount of CD, boom, boom, boom. I don't know, I got through. And me and my brother, I was like, bro, I'm on the radio. And they was like, well, who we got? I'm sitting there, I'm like, I'm 8 years old. I'm like, I'm Terry, whatever. It's like, well, you won, whatever, CDs or whatever. And then, I go down to get my prize. This CD shop, I remember. This when they had the CDs and stuff going. It was in Washington Shore in my city. And I get they was like, oh, wait, how old you is? I was like, I'm 8. They gave me all the clean records. I couldn't really at the time because I'm 8, but I'm consuming all the music my brother listened to at the time. So I'm like, man, what is this? Like, I don't know what's going on with this. They're like, nah, little man, we can't give you, But I took that. I was, I was happy. I was, excited about stuff like that.
That is dope, man. I remember doing that when I was little too. We would call the station trying to win whatever they're giving away. We would call and request songs. I'm like, do people still do that? Like, do people still call the radio stations like that? I don't even know.
I don't know. I mean, you hear it in Atlanta a lot,
Right.
Like, yeah, in the morning show.
B103 and absolutely, most definitely. Again, let's still talk about Orlando. I'm from Tampa. We discussed this before. The music scene in Florida has been, I would say, relevant for a very long time. It's not on top, not as relevant as what it goes on here in Orlando or in Atlanta. Would you say that things over the years, not just Orlando, but Florida as a whole, has gotten better when it comes to music, specifically hip hop?
Yeah, facts. I feel like it's like a lightning bolt when it strikes, because it's like all the cities in Florida. You just had Boss Man D-Lo just come out of a city that people ain't really too much hear about like that. So the talent is there. I feel like it just strike different cities at different times. But really just, you know, once everybody kind of come together, you know, whatever, it's definitely going to take off more.
One thing that I like to brag about with Florida is that I feel like Florida has several cities that artists have popped from.
Oh, yeah.
Miami, Tampa, Jacksonville, Tallahassee, you know, plenty more, Orlando. Where if you think about Georgia, people mostly focus on Atlanta. And it's no shade because I love Atlanta. I live here. But you get what I'm saying? Like, you know, I feel like more cities in Georgia need to really... And do you think that these cities in Georgia are slightly intimidated by the fact that Atlanta so... I keep wanting to say Orlando. Atlanta's so popping?
I don't know, cause like I ain't really from Georgia, but you know, from my perspective, you know, it's just like I feel like this just a melting pot where, you know, people on, you know, they can come to and they know that, hey, this is what's going on. It versus like you say, Florida, you can pop in every city got their own motion going.
Yeah. What brought you to Atlanta? Be very specific.
So it was 2015. I came. It was spring break. And my whole experience was like a movie, literally. Like I like fell in love with Atlanta when I came that one weekend. Like I mentioned, my cousin was working with Kane is on the beat at the time or whatever, and he was working with Keith Brown, and so he invited me up like, yeah, cuz come up here, whatever, you know, cause we talking about music.
Yeah.
So you know, I come from the weekend, it's spring break. We going every and anywhere you could think of. Like it was just so lit. I remember vividly, we went to Harlem Nights. It was that club at the time. And
been there plenty of times.
Me and my co-host, we going there, we turned up all night. I swung everything. I think Tony Boy came that night too from Orlando.
Oh yeah, shout out Tony Boy, yeah.
So we in the club, it was like a party bus. I'm in the middle of the club. These girls get off the bus. And like at the time I had like the little juice fade, like Pop had, you know, and Empire was kind of running back then and stuff too. So I turn around, all I hear is girls screaming. They was like, "Hi, King." I was like, "Huh? Who?" Like, and outside they surrounded me and everything and stuff like that. And I'm like, "What going on?" I'm lost. I'm like, you know, cause you just come up here to Atlanta and you feel like, man, this that feeling for real. Like, what going on? Like. And it just made me feel like my experience just going to the studios, going to T.I. studios and stuff, being seeing what's going on, being around Hannah Kang and all them. Like it was just like, all right, this is where I need to be because I see this stuff going on. Absolutely,
and that's the thing about Atlanta. Even though Atlanta's like the most well-known city in Georgia for music, it's such a powerhouse, and that's what brings people like you and I here. Like we love our cities, and there's a lot of different cities in Florida that are producing superstars, but none of them are the powerhouse that Atlanta is. And just keeping it G, no shade to Florida, you know what I'm saying? Because we both from there. Do you feel like the years that you've been here in Atlanta, it has helped enhance what you have going on musically?
Nah, facts. Especially like when I came up here, like at the time they had like open mics almost every night on almost every side of the city. I don't really know how it is now, but I remember like from 15 to like, it was a couple years in, I was able to go on the east side, I was able to go in Midtown, I was performing in all these different places. And so, you know, that's me just doing my groundwork as an artist, just trying to see what people like and, you know, let them feel me and the people supporting, you know. It was just, you know, different. Like having people, you know, I'm on the set doing 3 songs, my 3rd song, people think it's over with, they walking out, I'm hey, let go. You know, they coming back in, they just want to keep going, you know, vibe with me. Like, it was different.
What do you think that is one of the most important things? Because I love that you mentioned that. And speaking of Harlem Nights, street execs used to do Who's Got the Juice there every week. Every Wednesday, I was front and center. As an independent artist, what do you think is one of the most important things about you getting out to these artist showcases and open mics?
I mean, I know social media is a favorable thing for a lot of people right now, but I still, you know, hold on to those values of letting people see you, feel you, get to touch you, you know, kind of get to like really see how you is in person, you know, and then the networking part, you know, just getting around and just seeing who's who and you know, how y'all can, you know, exchange resources and stuff. And I forgot about Apache Cafe too. I ended up winning one of that one time. I was everywhere where the opportunity was at. I seen the, you know, on Instagram, whatever going on, they were saying, all right, we there, like pulling up.
Absolutely. And if not for nothing, it's a great place to test out new music.
Yeah.
Because chances are you're not going to know everybody that's in the building. So now you've got some really unbiased opinions of, you could tell that people vibing with it. If you're performing and they're just all on their phone, not paying attention, that might not be the one. But if they all like, you know, tuned in, it's a great way to test out new records and possibly meet a new DJ, you know what I'm saying? Network with the DJ, things like that.
Yeah, facts. You even said that too. Like I say, I, you know, piggyback a little bit with the Decepticon and all that, you know, it was just a musical thing going on. Then, like he said, he break music. Shout out to Dirty Work and Pinups. He gave me an opportunity to come perform in his birthday bash. And, you know, when you perform at strip club, they promote it during the week. But when they like, hey, come do this on the weekend, it's gonna be a powerhouse going on, you know. So it was a good feeling. Like I reached out to them on IG, but actually was like, hey, listen to the music first, because as an artist, I understand the importance and the role of a DJ. Yeah, I'm not gonna wait till to go in the club and say, hey, bro, play my music. And I ain't bringing nothing to the table. I'm just saying, play it. I ain't saying, hey, bro, I'm gonna throw you this or throw you that. Or throw you a little extra because I ain't let you hit a song before we got here.
Exactly. They're taking a major risk, and that's a great point. I'm glad you touched on that. As an independent artist, you walk into a club, a strip club, especially the strip club, because the girls depend on that good music to make money when they're dancing. You know, that's their hustle. Unseen, unheard, don't do that. Like, send it to the DJ before you get there. Or like you said, if you're going to send it to them, it's a major risk because they don't know. This song might not even be mixed and mastered properly. And then everybody in the crowd looking at the DJ like, what the hell? You know what I'm saying? So yes, try to go meet with them. Bruh, can I get your email so I can send you this record? If you vibing with it, I'll come back next week and you can play it, and then you tip them. Tip the DJs. You know what I'm saying? That they're helping break your music, break your records. So thank you for. And the strip club is a great place to break records.
Nah, facts. And also, like, you know, when you just going, it's simple. Now we can talk to people before we even, you know, go on Instagram and send the record to them and let them, you know. That's the same way I did when I was doing stuff. I was having stuff going on back home. It was in Atlanta. Yeah. But the DJ, I ended up networking with the DJ back home. Me and him never met, but it was a mutual because, you know, they DJ in the same circle. So I'm in the mix with him. Shout out to DJ Too Wavy and DJ Consistency. I call him the conductor though. You know, he ain't no DJ. Like he up under Rest in Peace Disco JR. He one of the proteges up under him. Yeah. So I sent it to him. We ain't never, but we, you know, like I say in Orlando, a lot of us know people or some type of mutual thing going on. So he, you know, he's like, I like the record, bro. Pro Bowl weekend going on in Orlando, he dropping it like I'm there, but I'm not there. Man. But, you know, just seeing that support, you know, and just for him to stamp me too, like, yeah, you know, he got something coming going on. I ain't home, but I'm still like, he was like, yo, bro, you know, we can do it. He break records too, though. So, I'm gonna keep it at that because, you know, it's some talk about stuff in the city and stuff. But, you know, I don't feel the same way because, like you say, the type of energy I come with, so people going to, you know, it's going to be different relationships. I feel like everybody going to have a different relationship with another person, but it's just about, you know, what relationship you build with them.
That is facts. You just took the exact words out of my mouth. We cannot allow people to dictate who we have a relationship with. Because if this person has never done anything foul to me directly or maybe like my immediate circle, I don't have an issue. What they did to this person over here, supposedly, because sometimes it's not even truthful, I don't listen to that. I don't feed into that. Like, if someone came to me and said something negative about you, okay, and because I've had nothing but positive experiences with you. So that's building them relationships, put you in places that money cannot. I'm just saying. So let's talk about this Buckle Up record. You just did the live performance with us here at Industry's Most Wanted. Great performance. Let's talk about the song. Let's promote it a little bit. Is this the main single that you're pushing right now?
Yeah, this is the main single. You know, there's some more going on the tape. You know, Return of the Underdawgs on the way. Yeah. You know, featuring my partner, Jai Cowden, you know. But yeah, Buckle Up, though, is just a fun record, you know, really. I actually like, I'm gonna do that as a single. You know, I still be kind of working on other stuff too. You know, like I just dropped a little spin on Boston Richard Helped Me yesterday. Like I'm just, you know, I can't do nothing but like I kind of like like how Wayne used to take people's songs, and you know, I been doing stuff like that since I was younger.
Kind of like remixing it?
Yeah, that's like a little lyrical exercise to me, like I'm in the gym, I'm lifting weights. So when I'm playing with songs like that, you know, it's just like, that's just to keep me active, keep my thoughts rolling and stuff like that. And if it get a good response, it just, you know, let people latch on to me to see what I got to give.
I'm a big fan of that. Like, I don't think enough artists are doing that anymore. Back in the day, like, they would call it jacking for beats, like the mixtapes where you would literally rap over other people's beats. And I think that is a great way. Like you said, it's a lyrical exercise because it really tests your ability to match what this other artist did with it without trying to compare yourself to them. And it gets you some attention because when that beat comes on, immediately be like, oh, that's my song. And they'll be like, well, who is this rapping over it?
Yeah.
You do your thing, they're gonna do their research and say, oh, he fire.
Yeah, I like to flip it inside out like a t-shirt, you know. I like to turn it like, you know the song for hearing it one way. When I get on it, I'm gonna make it have a different feel or different, something gonna be different about it, you know. So it might not even sound like that artist when they was on it.
And you never know, the artist who is the originator of it may catch wind of it and be like, yo, you never know. Listen, we miss 100% of the shots we don't take.
Facts.
Hands down, we have to shoot our shot. You talking about turning it inside out like a t-shirt. Speaking of which, hold on.
Facts.
He brought me some, listen. When he comes, he brings the good water. Eternal, we need a sponsorship and endorsement on his podcast, The Underdawgs, and on Industry's Most Wanted, you know what I'm saying? He brought the gummies. We need a sponsorship. Closed mouth don't get fed. But let's talk about this t-shirt. Let's talk about your brand.
Okay. So we got Stellar C, you know, simplicity at its finest, you know. I started the company, you know, wanted to be like a little, you know, have an international type of sound to it.
Yes.
So, you know, Stellar C just means dripping Dutch. So you got it on, you dripping, you know. And that one you got right there is, you know, is Forza, so it just means strength.
Yes.
Like I take a lot of positive words, but just, you know, to make it sound, you know, fancy and all that, just put a little twist on it, you know.
Yeah. Let's talk about a little bit more in depth because I love the entire concept behind it. Like, it's different. I told you I love the color theme. I already know what sneakers I'm going to wear with it. And just so you know, I might chop and screw it a little bit. Sometimes I put little slits and slashes and stuff in there just to, you know, like to make it my own.
Yeah.
Going back to when you decided you wanted to launch a brand, what was your inspiration for it?
Having, you know, us having our own identity for one, you know, like, when you put it on, you know, that's you, you know, and then like at the same time too, Stellar C, you know, with the whole idea is just having positive energy is just a, you know, more of a self-reflection type thing. So when I started doing it, you know, I got another logo where I took a spin off of one of my favorite movies as a child. I took one, it was, I think, the Goofy movie or something, and I put a spin on them. You know, I got it tatted on me too, you know, because like at the early on, you know, I even got the Underdawgs on me, like, because that's my lifestyle, you know, so. But yeah, I got another logo where it's like you meditating, you know, so it's like it's just a peaceful type of thing.
I love it. I love it. Where is your logo tattoo at, or your brand tattoo at?
It's like on my thigh right here.
Gotcha. Yeah. So we can't see it on camera. Nah, listen, Mystics Entertainment was my first company. It's still my business. I tatted. I'm like, I need to get Industry's Most Wanted tatted on me somewhere, you know?
It's what you make it, you know, and then it become a part of you. So you are the brand.
Yeah.
Everything started from your thoughts and everything. So it was an idea, and now it become a way of living.
It becomes a way of living. I like the way you put that, because this is a way of living for us. We live, eat, breathe this, what we do, our brands. Yeah. Let's dive into your podcast, because you're not just a one-man show. Like, you have all kinds of stuff going on. You got your brand. Yeah. Let's talk about the podcast. How did that come about?
So out of frustration, you know, as an artist, just looking at other platforms, but not complaining, more so creating our own narrative. So what we do is we don't speak about no negativity, even if it's people I know that's at odds. We not going to talk about no incidents, nothing, like, you know, as an artist to an artist. But then we open up to just anybody with motion. And like I said before, you know, motion is anything that you can count, you know, just like how they say all money is good money. Change add up to something.
Yes.
Just the word count is gonna add up to something. So, you know, you got some type of motion, slow cook it, put it in the crock pot. You know, that's motion, you know. it's like just keep, you know, we want people to like, you know, have that, you know, that positive mind state, you know, and not everything that's, you know, got to be popping, got to be negative, you know.
I love the fact that you focus on positivity, because that's what I do as well. Like, I will not put an interview out if people are talking about negative stuff or specifically name dropping people and talking about them. Some people do that for clout and for attention.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I'm with the positivity. You know what I'm saying? We can address certain topics, but when they start getting in too deep, it's like, no, we gotta pause it right there, because we want to keep it a positive platform. Yeah. For people who are interested in being a guest on your podcast, what's the best way for them to do that?
You can follow us on @DA_Underdawgs_podcast on Instagram, and really just reach out to us, you know, if we haven't reached out to you already, because, you know, I be doing a lot of stuff like that where I be online and, you know, whatever. I don't care who it is. If you look like you got something going and that's what you do, that's you.
Yeah.
I'm going to reach out and I'm going to tell you, you ain't got to do nothing. I'm going to do all the work.
Yeah.
And just, you know, only thing is, you know, you got to tap in and confirm with me just the date and the time, and, you know, I'm flexible. I'm an opportunist, you know, so when I say what time work for you, you know, and we make it happen.
I love it. And I love too, it's virtual. That way there's no excuse. People can do it from the comfort of their home. They ain't got to get in the traffic. They can literally sit in their living room or in their studio and do the interview. I do virtuals as well, and I love that. Honestly, if it's up to me, I'd probably do all virtual, but I understand some people want to come in person. I get that.
Nah, fact.
But I love doing the virtual interviews. So you use StreamYard, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like everybody got a story, everybody got something to say, and everybody is somebody, you know.
No,
so
facts.
It ain't like, you know, oh, because you ain't got 100,000 followers now, you ain't no, your story probably just as big as this person that got them. For the followers don't mean nothing.
No.
It's the person behind the profile.
I agree, because just because someone may not have big motion on Instagram does not mean that they don't have motion in real life. I'd rather have motion in real life than on social media.
You can suck in person, and I don't like being around them people like that.
Nah, me neither. That's why you and I get along so well, because we're on the same type of vibe. I know you had a little while back had the opportunity you signed a contract to shop a demo.
Yeah.
For people, artists out there who don't know what that means, talk to us about it.
So demo shopping, this took place in like 2012, so it's probably a different thing now. Demo shopping more like just, I guess, Instagram and stuff now, how they follow you. But it's just marketing. You put together a kit, you know. At the time, a lot of my music was raw too, but like I say, when you go in the process with that, when you do get signed and the label do take over, and now, you know, you property theirs, they're going to make you re-record all that stuff. But it's just the whole thing just for them to get a feel of you, 5 songs maybe, a good cover art and everything like that. You pay a agent, you know, to go shop your demo with labels. You get a contract. The contract tell you the percentages, what will be going on, what's going to take place, what labels they going to be, you know, talking to and stuff like that. And it was in New York at the time. And they gonna give you the feedback and tell you everything that happened.
I love the fact that you got to experience that, because like you said, it's very different now. I don't know that people are doing that anymore, and I wish that we could get back to that, because I think it really helped a lot of artists get into a good position. Now they claim that they have A&Rs, but I'm like, are these, are these A&Rs really out here signing people? I don't know. I'm not saying they're not. I'm just
I heard horror stories on that type of stuff, man. It get crazy, you know, because like at a time like that, it's like, okay, them people really was going to do that stuff back. I mean, you had people that it was still going on.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't just social media. Now everybody know what's going on, but it was going on back then. But, you know, it was like, to get in them rooms, you had to know somebody that was able to be accessible. It was like not as accessible like that. That
is facts. What are you enjoying the most about your journey through music, like as a music artist, not the podcasting side, but as a music artist?
I mean, evolving, you know, as an artist too, because I reinvented myself as an artist maybe 4 times. So, you know, I got the artistry name where, you know, when I'm trying to figure out what my rap name gonna be. Real simple, you know, and just building my, you know, just seeing how far I come with it. the experiences with people taking the chance on me, people, you know, giving me my flowers and stuff like that, you know, and then it turns into a therapy where, like, it's just a way of life. Like, I can't stop doing it. I'm gonna feel some type of way about something, whether good or bad, but music be my outlet always, you know.
Absolutely, because I feel like every human being, especially as we get older, you know what I'm saying? Like, kids don't really deal with anxiety, but us as adults who have to pay bills, we have to get out in traffic, we have real life responsibilities, that comes with us experiencing some anxiety and oftentimes depression and stressful. Music is an outlet for that. It's your therapy for sure.
Yeah. For real, like my whole life, really, you know, like I say, since young, I started off just consuming it, listening to it and stuff like that, to different artists and stuff. And then when I got inspired to, like, oh, I can do that too, you know. Like you say, recording, the music is so crazy where it's like I'm listening to the radio. You ain't got no streaming in, man. We hitting the two buttons on the stereo, recording that, you know, and then you want to, you know, feel like I'm DJing. I'm chopping and screwing the cassette tape, all type of stuff. Like, just getting inventive, you know. But I feel like a lot of them, you know, experience too. Like, we didn't have a lot of stuff, so we was used not, you know, being creative back then. So I feel like, yeah, me writing music and stuff early on, that was my cell phone, that was my computer and stuff. Like.
Yeah, 100%. Have you established like a signature ad lib that you find yourself using a lot?
Yeah.
What is it?
I ain't let it go. It's, I say, let's go, let's jump, let's get in there. Yeah.
People hear that, they know it's you.
Yeah, I jack. I ain't. Yeah.
Do you feel like at this point in your career, musically, you have fully found the sound that you want to, and you can switch it up from time to time, but as your signature sound per se, do you feel like you found that?
Yeah. Even like the people that know my sound, like, cause I can blend for whatever type of whatever going on. You know, like I say, I did a whole tape. Actually, I called it, you should have put me on this bit. And it was just a collage of like a lot of open verses, but it was more like, you should have put me on this song. Look what it sound like with me on it, you know.
That's hard.
And like I say, all that stuff just stemmed from the Wayne and, you know, influence and stuff like that. And I never let it go. I remember Gucci used to do the same thing. Like, it was artists like that had me, you know, because it was like when they were making music, it was music. Gucci did the song, Mariah Carey. Like, I was listening to all that type of stuff back then. So it's like it was music. So, you know, with influences like that, when it come to beats, like we had sound click and stuff back then, where it was like, it wasn't no tight beat. It wasn't they weren't making a beat for artists.
A Gucci type beat or whatever,
They were just making it. They just whatever, and they called it whatever. So it's just basically on us. You know, I like when it was kind of like that. Now it's like, it's a tight beat, it's gonna sound like that artist. You know, it's not really all the way them. Right. Probably them with a little twist, but they probably taking another producer and adding a little twist to it.
Exactly. And you might not necessarily want to, like, you might be a huge fan of Wayne, but you might not want a Lil Wayne type beat. You know what I'm saying? You just want a beat that you're gonna vibe to.
Yeah, because the artist, you want to try to be having your own identity, you know, a little bit. You don't want to bite. I mean, it's influences of other artists when you consume, okay. I could tell he probably used to like I mentioned Gucci because I'm like, that was one of my top artists. You might hear that kind of feel when I might get on there because I like energetic stuff. Yeah, you know?
Absolutely. What other genres outside of hip hop are you interested in working with or creating, like you doing a country song or collabing with a country artist? What other genres are on your radar?
R&B.
Okay.
I like the 90s feeling.
Man, I just posted about that last night. I be in my feelings listening to that 90s R&B.
I can't even name it. It don't matter what artist come on. I'm going to vibe. It's going to be a vibe regardless. Just that time period itself. I want to do a pop, and I'm open to pop type feel.
Okay.
I wanna, you know, cause like I say, listening to them artists, even Walker and stuff, he did EDM and all that type of stuff. Like
Flo Rida did.
Yeah, Flo Rida was one of them versatile artists from Florida. He was versatile before versatile.
We love Flo Rida.
Real talk. Pitbull too. Like cause when you do that, you opening yourself to a lane of your stuff getting placed in movies and type of stuff like that. You want different placements. So
facts. Let's dive into that a little bit. Ultimately, like in a perfect scenario, perfect world, where would Fleetwood Jr. be with his music? Would you want to be starring in films and have your music in films and getting Grammys? Like, where would we find you at, we'll say 5 years from now, in a perfect world?
In a perfect world, 5 years, yeah, I would want to, put me in a relatable hood movie, definitely.
Okay.
Put me in a good little thriller with that storytelling, you know, not just some random acts or stuff going on. But yeah, definitely, I could see that. And like I said, I'm even looking into that now too, trying to like place my face in certain situations.
Yeah.
You know, like, okay, from behind the music, like I know I can act. It looked like I know I could do a little something, you know. So I'm gonna try to venture into that, you know, tap in with the network.
Do you get into watching any of the series, like BMF, for example? do you get into watching them? Because I sure do. Bel Air season 3 just came out. It's one of my faves.
Yeah.
Do you watch shows like that?
Yeah, BMF, Snowfall.
Snowfall.
That's why I kind of get some of my references from when I be talking about
It's one of the best ever. Yeah. We miss that one. So would you want to maybe become somebody who acts in a series like that versus full-length films, or a little bit of both?
I do a little bit of both. Wherever I can get my foot in the door, I'm gonna kick it in. I don't even care if it start on Tubi. We can go right there with it.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people be, and one thing too, a lot of people be talking about Tubi this, Tubi that. But I'm like, Tubi is owned by Fox Network for one. So it's like, what's going on?
Yeah, listen, I don't understand it either. There are some great independent films that I have discovered on Tubi that I'm like, yo, this is a great film. You could tell it's not the highest quality budget, but it's a great film. Like you have to sometimes look past the quality of it because they're maybe just starting out.
Yeah.
But they have a great storyline and some great actors in there.
You ever seen The Walking Dead?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Season 1 was kind of like grainy and looking old, and then once you get to season 3, it started looking way better.
Yeah.
The first season always be the prototype.
Right, exactly, because they're just starting out, and then once it's out there, people are watching it, then the budget comes in so they can afford better cameras, better directors, etc.
People gotta stop being too hard on stuff. Like, it's supposed to be, you know, like, you gotta give, just like when you start out with something, you want people to give you an opportunity and chance, you know?
People are so mean and cruel. Like, I follow this trainer, this kind of off subject, but it feeds into what we're talking about. I follow this trainer, and his name is Ted. Shout out to Ted. And his concept of what he does is called Big Girls Move. He works specifically with really big women to help them out. And I love that because, you know, he's helping them get their life, you know, extend their life. Anyways, there's one in particular he's been working, and she's a big girl. And I just read some of the comments, and I'm just like, people are so damn mean, like so mean. I'm like, she's really putting an effort into to get herself better and get herself healthier. And then people are like, how did you let yourself get that way? And I'm just like, bro, how do you know? You don't know what she's been through.
Facts. Nah, that's crazy. Because one thing I don't play by, I don't care if you see somebody out walking down the street with one arm or one eye or whatever, man, stuff. You don't know what people, like you say, people will get to acting out. Even social media, you see somebody with a dent in their head or something like that, and people just joking and laugh, woo, ha, like, nah, I don't play them games. That's the universe got karma. I could be sitting here with you right now, real talk. I can be right here on the Industry Mo Wanted. Hey, put it on, look clean, handsome in the face, all that. I could leave right now, hit a pole, or somebody hit me and my whole face reconstructed.
That is facts. We don't know what people's been through. And I come to the defense of a lot of people. Sometimes I know I shouldn't, but when I see somebody saying ugly stuff, you know, I'll just come to their defense because I'm like, somebody's got to stand up for them because a lot of these people are afraid to do so. So feeds goes right back into what you're saying about Tubi. Like, you can't judge a book by its cover.
Fact.
Period. Definitely. Let's talk about your EP, The Underdawgs.
Yeah, Return of the Underdogs.
Return of the Underdogs. Let's talk about it. Give us some insight for people who aren't on game.
So Return of the Underdogs. Well, the first one was the Underdawgs EP. It was something we put out when we shot a video up here called Organic, which is the single off that EP. We got features from TJ What the Fuck. We got Villy was the shooter, filmed by Villy. And that whole project itself was just a collage of different feelings, you know, different type of styles. But this one, you know, it's about 2 years now, you know. So we got a whole different feeling on this project, a mixture of everything too. R&B, we got tracks for the ladies. We got to, you know, we trying to do, you know, a hit record off the two obviously and stuff, and we got some, you know, relatable type of music. You know, we not promoting violence. I'll put that out there. I don't promote violence. Cause reason I say that is cause when you grow up around and stuff like that, man, nobody really want to just, you know. And I try to be a good example for the youth too, which is why we started our podcast too. It was more like, let these people tell the real.
Yeah.
We, you know, had a couple OGs on the stuff, you know, and a little piggyback a little bit with me. I was young, you know, coming up, whatever, and like before I moved to the neighborhoods and stuff and really started having friends, before 8 years old, I grew up around a lot of older people. I always had older people around me, you know, so I always got good wisdom, good game and stuff like that. So, you know, that's why I feel like, you know, today I'm like, yeah, it helped me a lot, you know, to be around a lot of older situations. You know, I was taught, you know, hey, you know how far to cross the line, you know, with it, but it's going on, it's happening around you and stuff like that. And just my experience and stuff too, that's why I say, you know, the youth and stuff like that, I be looking like, man, I was like, we was wild, but it's just like, it's crazy. Like the value of life is different.
Man, people don't have much value for life anymore, and it's really sad. Like they're out there living recklessly.
Yeah.
And what you said about the positivity, I find that the more positivity I spread, the better my life feels, the happier I am, the less anxiety I have.
Yeah.
What you focus on in life is what's going to develop. So if you focus on negativity, expect negativity. Like you said, karma. We have to be mindful of what we're thinking and actually projecting out to the world.
Nah, facts.
Definitely. What do you got coming up next for us? Like, what is in the works for you and your podcast?
Well, the return of the Underdawgs, we got a dope session, you know, in Orlando, Florida, going down at the end of the month.
Okay.
We're gonna be recording at Site Studios. Like I do self-recording and stuff, but when I like to go to the studio, like I'm like, yeah, we need to, you know, because I like to be in the studio too, just for the feeling and the vibe, you know, and the work with people. But yeah, we're gonna get a 4-hour block, and you know, we're going for 10 songs. Like that's how we work. Like, you know, me and my partner, we been doing this for a minute. So I'm not one of them artists that go in the studios and be like, all right, bro, let me wait till this kick in real quick. Keep running that back. Like, no, I look at it like one of the artists, I'm gonna say he an icon to me, but Tupac Shakur.
Yeah.
I watch a lot of his stuff. When he got in the studio and he play no game, hey, recording it, let's work. Like, I ain't in no plan. Like, that's how, you know, it's the work ethic. Even with Wayne and, like, them type of artists, them 3 artists, Wayne, Tupac, and Gucci, they all had the work ethic where it's like, they working. So, like, I don't like to go in there and just be sitting there and turning up and not even doing nothing. I like to be productive. So, you know, just to go to get that feel, like, all right, when I go to the studio, I be feeling like I'm in the finals. I'm in the championship game. So I try to go in there, and, you know, so I set the bar high. My partner like, bro, 10 songs for how, boy? But I say, bro, I was like, bro, you know how we work though, when I kind of laid it down, you know, make sure we prepare. We, you know, put the track list down, what we're going to record, what we're going to do, and then we just come with the play. Like, I like to be organized. Even with the video, I wrote down my thoughts and how we're going to do it. And, you know, because with that video organic, which is on YouTube right now, I had wrote out the scenes and stuff like that. Kind of like I wanted to come back with like how the 106 in Park, you know, vibes used to be, where like you love the song, but the video made you like it more.
Yes.
So we wanted to do like a little cut scene, like a little comedy type of vibe and stuff, and then go right back into the song. Like you watching it, but then, all right, this scene come right here. And like it was improv too, but I like kind of wrote out, you know, how we gonna go with it. And then like, you know, it's just to add some extra though. But yeah, so I just like to be organized when it comes to the studio, but I'm excited about that. And I also got an R&B record with Sierra Lee. She gonna be at the studio too. So yeah, we trying to rock that EP up for sure, and promote that. And for the podcast, it's gonna be a Content Z Expo at the end of the month. So just the opportunity for me to kind of interact with the people that I've been interacting with, but actually in person this time, so we get to go have good vibes, network, hang out, you know, just vibe.
That's what it's all about. You have to build your network. That's when I first got in this industry, I was everywhere. I went to all the events, all the summits, all the conferences. That's how I built my network. You know what I'm saying? And then once you build it, it's like, okay, you can slightly pull back from being out there so much because now you've built them solid relationships. So you're absolutely right. 100%. Where do you want to take your podcast to? Like, do you have any, I aspire to do this with my podcast?
See, it happened by mistake. I ain't gonna lie. But then when we started having people like shout out to Papa Duck, somebody,
Florida legend.
Yeah, facts. His manager reached out to us and was like, he wanted to come on, but I respect Duck, and the message he pushing, and we had a good, dope conversation. And like I say, people just reaching out and stuff. So it's like, man, it started with this and now it turned into this. And it's like, I'm riding away with that. I ain't gonna lie, because I don't know what's going on. It's just some stuff just be falling. But I just know to just stay consistent, be authentic, and keep building these relationships,
Have you connected with Blood Raw? Another Florida legend.
Nah, I haven't.
I gotta connect you with him. He's one of the dopest. Like, he's just a good person. So cool, so humble, but he's been doing it for a long time. Of course, representing Florida. Yeah. I'm gonna have to make sure I connect you. It'd be dope to get him on your podcast.
That what's up. I'm honored and humble, most definitely. Even just to sit across the table with you right now, like I say, it just happened. It was more like you said, advertisement and looking, and it was just like, wait, nah. I was like, she from Tampa. It's like, yeah, that's
gotta connect.
Yeah, for real.
Gotta connect. Give us like something that Fleetwood Jr. just really stands by, lives by. Maybe it's a life lesson you've learned, or something that you really stand on when it comes to you and your business.
Don't make yourself too accessible. You don't want to be a person that everybody got easy access, and I understand that the older I got of how accessible you make yourself, that can turn into a vulnerability, So it's like, it's cool to, we chop it up, boom, 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 but I got to go be about my business so I can figure out what's going on with me, and that just keep me out of less situations, and stuff like that. And like I say, the people that you do make yourself accessible to, y'all got to understand what's going on. Yeah. There ain't no confusion of what, what's popping, what's going on. Like, so when you do that, my expectation already be on you, like, bro, we done been around each other, know what's going on. So it's like, ain't no way it should have went that way. We had understanding, like, when you people close to you, like, it could be like even friends and stuff like that, it's like you got around for a reason because they who they are to you, you know what I'm saying? That what made you tap in with them. But, it's just when you got too many people involved in certain situations, it's just like you can't really predict how it's going to go. And when you too accessible, people going to say you predictable. Oh, I know where it's going to be at. Or no, it can be a good thing or a bad thing.
You are absolutely right. That's one of the main things that my OG, Bigger Rankin, taught me early on. He's like, you don't want to be everywhere because like it waters you down. Mm-hmm. Oh, I don't have to book Fleetwood Jr. He gonna show up anyway. He gonna be here. He here every week.
He gonna be a pinner. We know we get him. We ain't got to book that boy.
Right. He gonna show up for free ski. You know what I'm saying? So you're absolutely right. You never want to be too accessible. It's a fine line between not being accessible enough and being too accessible. Mm-hmm. Like you said, it's cool to chop them up with social media, have a little conversation with them. But when it comes to the business, they gotta handle the business.
Yeah, you got to be foreign in certain situations. You can't just be, like you say, can't be just a thing that somebody just walk up and be like, okay. Like, no, they got to either go through some steps or kind of, just to get you, And I feel like that's a way of life, too, because everybody don't deserve your greatness when you being who you are, because some people take, advantage of it, stuff like that.
That is facts, man. Anything else that you got on your mind in the works that we didn't touch on that people need to be put on game with?
So just stay tuned, I'm sometimes I be playing, sometimes I just ride the wave, and like I say, I'm just staying on the surfboard, we ain't crashing out, like we just going up, man, just trying to keep going up the elevator. I don't know where it's gonna take us, but I know we're going in the right direction.
That is facts, man. Well, listen, I can't wait to be a guest on your podcast.
Most definitely. We got to chop it up. We got to get the story from Misty herself.
I know. Not too many people got my full story, because I'm always the person sitting on this side doing the interviews or having the conversation. So I'm excited for you and definitely wish you nothing but success. Buckle Up is out now.
On all platforms.
All streaming platforms. Make sure you guys go run that up. Definitely. Where can people follow you on your podcast and on your personal social media?
You can follow me at Fleetwood T47 on Instagram and at DA _Underdawgs_podcast. Reach out to us, tap in, you know, them Underdog stores, $1 million worth of game, no gilly, for real.
Big facts, man. Who do you want to give thanks to for supporting you and shout them out?
Oh man, it's a lot of people. I ain't gonna lie, saying we built this network, but you know, like I said, I'm definitely, you know, shout my brother out for sure. You know, we been around, you know, before we even remember, for real, you know, and that my day one right there. So shout out to Jack Carter, shout out to the network in Atlanta, shout out to the network in Orlando. I don't want to say no name, you know, but shout out to DJ Decepticon, DJ 2 Wavy, DJ 2 Consistency, DJ Dirty Work. You know what I mean? Like, it's a lot of people. I don't even, cause I done just recently met some good people, you know. But shout out to you too, Mystic, for having me on here. It was an honor.
Of course, and shout out to you. Shout out to yourself, cause you're super dope.
I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
I try to be dope, but it be organic, no substance, no additives.
Facts. My last question. We are live.
Industry's most wanted.
What makes Fleetwood Jr. the industry's most wanted?
Like I said, looking for me, I gotta act the one. You can't count me out. The underdog and point. Real talk.
Straight like that, man. Thank you for being here today.
I appreciate it.
You brought some gifts. You brought the positive energy, good vibes. I appreciate you a lot.
Most definitely. Like I said, it's an honor to be on the other side of it. You feel me? Like, I ain't really get a chance to really just give the whole thing. For real.
Definitely. Well, that means we got to keep doing this.
Yeah, it's going to be many more stories.
Facts. Straight like that. We up out of here, y'all.
Double cup be dirty in the form, better buckle up. Hit a Planet Fitness, heavy lifting, get your muscle up. Underdog when you speaking, got 1 million